All right, boys. Time to get back to work here. All right. So, a couple things. Really good that I didn't end up getting back in yesterday. I was thinking of getting back to work yesterday, getting into some plays, and I decided not to pull the trigger, which was good. Now we're actually in a really good position. So we're all red today, and we're getting this dump now. If we can capitalize on it, it's going to give us some really, really great entries. So this might be the perfect time for me to be jumping back in after a few days off. So the daily Stoke looks really good, but look at this. Look at the top of the cloud right there. So we had this bounce. We're actually getting a potential double bottom because the top of the cloud is right here. It's extraordinarily bullish. It could dump down to where the 99 EMA is at like 54.75 around there. But if BTC holds at the top of the cloud, anywhere between where we are now and that 99 EMA, it should be a beautiful bounce. Like check out the 4 hour, right? So the 4 hour Stoke is still really low. We didn't get a clean wave reversal, just straight back up. We're kind of zigzagging a bit, but we're right where we were on this dump. So this dump had us right at 55.5, and we're pretty much right there again. So it's a perfect potential double bottom right here before we continue upwards. I don't know if that's definitely how it's going to play out, but it really looks good if that's the way it works, because we have the daily looking really, really bullish on the Stoke. Still really low, plenty of room to run with the top of the cloud right there. Absolutely perfect. The weekly is actually, it's reset a lot quicker than I thought. Remember, I talked about a multi-week correction. It's gotten exactly what I predicted, a multi-week correction where we've bled off a lot of that momentum, and now we're getting to that point where we're resetting. Once we get the lower levels on the Stoke here, once it gets down to below 40, 45, even if it's in the 30s, we can start that next cycle. That next momentum cycle is going to push us up like big time, back to all-time highs, because remember, the monthly still has plenty of room to run. The monthly's only halfway up on that run. We can still go all the way up to 75K, which is where I thought we were going to end up on the last run. So I still expect that to happen. I fully expect it to happen. And I think the way the timing works out, we should be able to jump in on this daily reversal. It's just a function of whether or not the daily holds at the top of the cloud, like I said, because that's, again, one of my key Ichimoku dynamic supports is right here at the top of the cloud, and we have confluence with that 99 EMA. Let me quickly check. I just want to see where the Stoke, or where the fib retracements are, because that should be the 786 right there, right? Let me take a quick look. I meant 382, not 786, obviously. No, wow. Look at that. So the 50% Fibonacci retracement is right where the 99 EMA is, right where the top of the cloud is. That's an epic amount of confluence. That's three very, very strong supports. The 99 EMA, the blue line, the top of the cloud, those are two of my Ichimoku model's strong supports, right? The Ichimoku dynamic supports I used. And then the 50% Fibonacci retracement right there at $54,785. That's epic. So I'm really, really, really liking this for a big, big reversal with the daily starting a new 5 to 10 day bull run, most likely. Perfect time to be jumping back in. I'm going to look at the alts in a minute and I'll do a video, but the entire market should follow Bitcoin's lead here because they've been sort of in tune. The altcoin market and Bitcoin have been tied together. So, okay, let me see what I'm seeing on the alts. I'll take a look at the altcoins. I'll let you guys know. And for timing, it's hard to say because we're in the middle of a dump. Everything's down right now. Everything's in the red. So as a function of getting the best timing, I don't know how I'm going to play that just yet. Looking at the lower time frames could be helpful, but we're pretty low on the hourly Stoke. The last time we got a low reset, we never really got that big of a bounce on the price. So I'm not sure if that's particularly useful. I don't know how much I can get out of the hourly model. The 4 hour model being really low would look really good, except I'm a little concerned about the zigzag effect here where we didn't get a clean reversal. Although the last time over here we didn't get a clean reversal, then we got a really nice bounce. So I think overall this double bottom might be a good play. It might not be a bad idea to enter into a BTC position here with a stop loss below that double bottom. Let me see where that would come, what that would come out to if I were to do that. I want to see if I could do it with a nice tight stop loss potentially. So if I were to buy right here, Man, that's worth the risk for sure. Because look, I could buy right here. My stop loss can go maybe 2.75% below my entry. It's not that far below the 50% fib retracement, though. That's the only thing. In this setup, I'd like to be able to buy in and have my stop loss like 2.5% below my entry. But we're a little bit too high. Let me see something. Let me show you back on the daily model, right? So we have, if you were to buy right here and we were to get that double bottom, we're right at the top of the cloud. I could buy right here. My stop loss is now below the top of the cloud, below the 99 EMA, and below that 50% fib retracement. It's just not that far below it. I'd like it to be a little bit lower in case of a quick wick down. We might see the price dump down, hit that 50% fib retracement at 54.7, right? And then bounce back up big time. But when that happens, sometimes you get like a little wick that goes down a little below the support. If that were to happen, it could potentially hit my stop loss here. Then I get stopped out and I miss out on the run. So it's a tough call. All right, you know what I'll do? I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy here on Bitcoin. I'm going to have a stop loss 3% below my entry. I'm going to do that on half of my position with a 3% stop loss. I know 3% is more risk than I wanted to take. And then I'm going to do a second position where I have no stop loss, but I'm not going to do 50-50. What I'll do is I'm buying right here. I'm going to set a stop loss 3% below my entry. I'll do that with 70-75% of my position. So I'm not opening myself up to too much extra risk here. Instead, what I'll do is I'm going to have a stop loss 3% below my entry for a majority of the position, 70-75% of my buy. So if I buy $1,000 worth, I'll spend $750 worth on Bitcoin and then set a stop loss 3% below my entry price. And then I'm going to spend another $250 worth and just hold that with no stop loss in case of a quick wick down. I don't get stopped out, and then I can still make money on the way up. So that's how I'm going to play it. I'm only doing it with Bitcoin first. I'm going to look at the altcoins in a minute. I'll let you guys know what I see, and I might make some trades on the alts as well. But just to start, since I'm just getting back in after a few days off, yeah, I'm just going to get into Bitcoin initially. I'll look at the altcoins now, and if I see something that looks really good and it's not too risky, if I can get into a good trade on Link or IOTX or something without too much risk, I'll jump in. All right, I will give you an update soon on the alts. Until then, trade safe, trade smart.